Hey everyone, so I'm back again for another video, and this is actually going to be an update of what happened at Anime North. Now, this was the first time I went to Anime North, and I didn't know exactly what to expect. I pretty much knew what to expect because I've been to other conventions. For those of you that don't know, Anime North is an anime convention that happens every year, the last weekend of May, I believe it is, in the city of Toronto in Canada, and they sell a bunch of stuff. They have a bunch of people in costumes, and they have tons of weird panels and stuff like that. And yep, I ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't buy too much stuff, but I did buy some interesting things. I also wanted to show you guys two games that I picked up this past week. I didn't buy that much recently just because I had to save money for Anime North. And these two games have a sort of story behind them, so let me just get right into them first. So the first game I have to show you guys is a PSP game, and it's called Hammer & Hero. For those of you that don't know, Hammer & Hero is a latest release in the Hammer and Harry video game series. It's just a sort of beat 'em up platformer. It was on the NES originally. The game was called Hammer and Harry. It was released in Japan. There were a whole bunch of different versions of them in Japan. Anyways, long story short, I found this in a store for $15. What I did, I actually found a copy of Wario Land 3, I believe, for the Game Boy Color. I paid $5 for that game. Then I took it to the store where I found this. I traded it in for $10, and I got this game for another $5 because they had it for $15. And yep, just added another PSP game to the collection. And a few days prior to that, I had gone for this Kijiji deal. Sorry, it took me a little bit there to remember exactly. I found this Kijiji deal where this seller was selling some 3DO games. There were a couple of interesting games there, and a couple of just not so interesting games, to put it bluntly. They were all fairly cheap, but only two of them were complete, and the other one was priced higher, and it didn't look as interesting. This one here is, from what I understand, a point-and-click adventure game. I played through a little bit of it, but it's a little difficult to control, and it doesn't look as nice, but at least it's better than some other games I've played on the 3DO. The game itself is called Dragon Lore, and it was complete in the large cardboard box, and it had all 3 discs inside along with the manual in absolute mint condition. Sorry if you can see it there. But the box itself is pretty banged up, just a little bit squished, and at the bottom it's taped up. But I mean, I got this for $10. It was a good enough deal, and I'm happy to add another game to my 3DO collection. Now, here's the bulk of the stuff I wanted to show you in this video. It's everything I got at Anime North. There wasn't as much free stuff or, say, like promotional items that I expect from events like Fan Expo. At Fan Expo, there's tons and tons of free stuff, but honestly, I don't think I found anything for free at Anime North. It was just, I don't know, it was different for me, but at least there were so many people there in costume. I took so many pictures. If you want to check out some of the pictures that I took, they are on my Facebook page, and most likely they're going to be linked on my Twitter page as well. So check out my Facebook and Twitter if you want to see those pictures of a bunch of different cosplay characters. Sorry, people dressed up as different characters in what's called cosplay. Anyways, so let me just show you what I got at the event. So first up is this pillow. I actually saw a video on YouTube. I forgot whose video it was exactly, but I saw that they had bought one of these, and I found it for $20. I saw it the first day when I walked in, but I thought I'd wait. And they had two of them. They're both variations are on the label here, but what it is an NES cartridge pillow, and this one's for a made-up game called Lava Jump. They also had another one that was for a game called Unicorn's Revenge, but I like this one a little bit better, so I went ahead and grabbed that. It was $20. Next up, I found a booth that was selling candies and different stuff like that. They had a whole bunch of Pocky, but I bought a box of the chocolate Pocky, and I ate them pretty much that night. I believe, actually, the next morning. Might be a little bit off on that. But I also bought a whole bunch of other candies. They also had some of the green tea Kit Kats, but I did not want to spend the money that they were asking on those. They wanted like $10 for a bag of them, and then $25 for a box. And I thought that was just insane. So what I got is, I already ate these, but I just want to show you guys what it was. It was a bag of gummies with sort of just the evolutions on there. They weren't in the shape of any of the evolutions. They were just round blob gummies, but they were pretty decent. Next up, I have some gums. I bought two of these just to try one. This one, as you can see, just has a Pikachu on the label. And I also bought two of these, but later I found, like, I didn't really notice at the beginning that they were actually different, and I'm sort of reluctant to try these. But, I mean, it's just gum, so I'm just going to keep this as is, sadly. But the first pack here is just this sort of Pikachu gum. And the other pack here is, what is it? The starters from the 6th generation, Fennekin, Chespin, and Froakie. Next up, I found these sets. I had seen a couple videos on YouTube of people making these. They are a brand called Crazy or Crassy. I'm not entirely sure, but they're these sort of make-your-own candy sets where you have all these different powders and a couple of different utensils and stuff, and you pretty much mix water with the powder and you make these different candies. And they had them for $8 a piece. Honestly, that was the cheapest price that I had seen for these anywhere in the city of Toronto, so I bought a couple. The first one here is this sort of ice cream sundae set. It has an ice cream cone, ice cream boat thing, and like some kind of an ice cream cake. Next one here is a sushi set. I think these are called Poppin' Cookin'. Anyways, but yeah, this is some kind of a sushi set. And the third one that I got is this weird sort of box meal set. It has this like panda bear shaped rice, a couple of weird noodles, and some vegetables, and maybe some kind of chicken chunks. Again, these are all candies. At least I believe they are candies. I'm not entirely sure, but I am assuming these are candies because they do have nutritional information on the side there. I've actually never seen anybody in the videos that makes these eat them, so I do not know what these would taste like. And just one more candy that I got here. It wasn't anything special. It was actually from a upcoming show here in the city of Toronto at the Science Center, I believe. They were just handing out lollipops, just standard yellow lollipops with their cards with information stapled onto the lollipops there. And Crunchyroll was also there. They were doing a live stream, and they were handing out little wristband, these stretchy sort of Live Strong bracelets. And I just grabbed one. That was like the only free thing they had there. Next, I'll show you some of the video games that I got. Actually, all the video games that I got. at the convention. There were a couple more games that I wanted, but they were priced a little too high, and I didn't have as much money to spend because I did end up spending a good chunk of money on food. Um, so the games that I got, first up is a game that I bought specifically because it was pretty dirt cheap, and I know that I can trade this in for more than I paid for it, and that is Pokemon Black version 2. And when I plugged it into my IDS, I saw that there was a shiny Mew and a level 100 Absol in this game. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're probably sort of hacked Pokemon, so I don't think I'll be able to transfer them through into Pokemon X or Y, but it was just kind of interesting. But for $10, I'm definitely going to trade this towards something else. And then next up, I got a couple of Dreamcast games. I actually got 5 Dreamcast games altogether, and one of them is actually sealed brand new. But I'll go and show you guys the 4 used ones first. First up is Death Crimson OX. Next is Draconis Cult of the Worm. Then Prince of Persia Arabian Nights. And the last one here of the used ones is South Park Rally. Now I had this for the PS1, but because I'm trying to go for a complete Dreamcast collection, I had to get it on the Dreamcast as well. And then the one brand new game that I got is a game that was actually released in 2009, and since then there's been several sequels or remakes or whatever, different versions released of this game, but I found it and it was $33 with tax, so I just felt like I had to get it, and it is Ducks for the Dreamcast. It's brand new, still sealed, if you can sort of see that. It's still brand new, so I thought I'd go ahead and grab this. They also had a couple of the other shooters that were released just recently, and they had, I think, the limited edition or collector's edition of Stormwind, I believe, but they wanted $130 for that, so I didn't even think about buying that. And they had a whole bunch of import games at this booth. They also had a lot of strange limited edition Japanese 3DS XLs and a couple of PS Vita TVs, but they were really expensive, and I didn't even consider buying those. Well, the thought came across in my mind to buy a Vita TV, but I really didn't have the money, so I quickly just left my mind. And sorry that this video has gone on for 13 minutes now. Let me just show you the last few things I got. Picked up a couple of business cards and such from different booths, so I can check in on them in the near future and see what kind of other stuff they have. And yeah, that's it for those business cards. And then here I wanted to show you, before I showed you the books that I got, this is the program guide and the schedule for Anime North for 2014. This is the design they went with on the cover. What I didn't quite like about this is they had everything split up between this and a smaller guide they called the survival guide. It was strange because the survival guide sort of had all the time and date information for all the different panels and events, and this book just had descriptions of what was going to be happening in those events. And the other thing I didn't quite like about it is that it only has a few pages of color. I mean, just very little color. There's like one big ad in the center there, but there was very little color, and the paper is just, it just feels like standard paper. It wasn't nice like the schedule book for Fan Expo over the last 5 years. It didn't feel as nice, and it was kind of disappointing. But like, I mean, I didn't pay for this. I paid to go to the entire event. Anyways, let's just show you these books here. I'm gonna just show you guys this one fast because it's kind of embarrassing, but it is a sort of inappropriate fan-made Full Metal Alchemist story. It's Full Metal Alchemist fan book number 5, Alphonse and Edward. Just, you can make assumptions of what's supposed to be happening there. And then I found a really good deal on some art books. Now, the prices they had on the art books there were insane for the most part. They were looking to get 50, 60, 70, and more per book. And when I found this one booth that was selling these for the price that they had them at, I just jumped at the opportunity and got them. They were the exact same ones that were being sold at other booths for the prices that I mentioned before, but I just don't understand why they were so dirt cheap at this one booth. Now, I'm serious when I say this. These were the exact same ones that were being sold at other booths, and I was shocked to see it, and I went crazy and picked up 4 because the deal was buy 4 for $40, so they were $10 a piece, and there was no tax. It was just $40 flat, and I was just surprised because especially the first one that I'm going to show you guys here, I've seen this for $80-$90 in different stores across the city. It is Mega Man, the official complete works. These are all going to be art books, all for Capcom games, really. So this one here, like I said, Mega Man official complete works. I also got another Mega Man art book, if I could grab it from over here. It's Mega Man Battle Network official complete works. Battle Network was a video game series that I never got into, but I actually watched the TV show when I was younger, and I really did like the TV show. Next up are 2 art books for a series that I really like, in a genre that I really like. That is fighting games, and as I said, Capcom. The series here is Street Fighter. This one here is a Street Fighter tribute art book. It has third-party artwork by different artists from around the world, and it just has some amazing artwork from different perspectives, different characters, different designs, just amazing stuff. Just here's some examples. What else is there here? It's absolutely beautiful, and I was really happy to find this one here. And the other Street Fighter one that I got is Street Fighter the Ultimate Edition, the comic. It's the complete first series, and this one is actually, as the title says, the complete first series of the comic book. And again, only $10 for this. I was just amazed to find this. And this one here, when I got to the booth, they only had about 5 copies of it left. Now I know underneath the booth they had stacks and stacks of other art books, the exact same ones, but just more copies of them. So there could have been another one hidden in there somewhere, but I did not easily see another one. Anyways, that's what I got at Anime North this year. I think I might go again next year. Not entirely certain if I'd want to go for the entire weekend again. I might just get a day pass, but yeah, it was an interesting time. I got to hang out with friends. I took a whole bunch of pictures. I got some stuff to add to various collections, and I got some interesting candies and stuff to sort of fiddle around with. Anyways, if you enjoyed this and you want to see more sort of event updates and more pickups and stuff like that, just let me know in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, really, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Also, check out my Facebook, my Twitter, my website. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I did post pictures of different cosplayers on my Facebook page, and you can also check it out on my Twitter as well, because everything's linked to the Twitter account as well. And that's all I really have to say. Anime North was fun this year. Might go again next year. And just wait and see this summer. Fan Expo is happening again. And expect to see more updates once the event comes closer. Once it gets closer to the day of the event. Sorry, I'm just sort of out of it right now, and I should really get to sleep. So that's it. Nothing else to say. Done here. See ya, and good night.